Okay, here. Hey, I have an
Okay.
idea.
Okay,
Shit.
we're gonna go live.
We're gonna go live. I have an idea. Let me read it, and then we'll tell them they'll get a framed copy of it. Because if they read this without hearing me read it, they're gonna get like it's gonna sound like I'm talking shit about Diana, and I'm not.
Okay, I tell you what. Hold on to that until everybody comes over and shifts,
Yeah, just
and
let me
we'll
know
do
when
it in
you're
a
ready.
little bit. We'll give
Yeah,
you the
yeah,
floor in a little bit.
yeah.
And I
Whenever.
love the purple hair that matches the screen. Thank you so much for coming, Bolt and Maya and Savage. Savage Minnow, where's she been? I haven't seen her in a while. Just kidding. Anyways, anybody that wants to come up is more than welcome. If you do not have a link, let me know. I think I sent everybody a link. Don't know.
I just
If
got the
you're in
notification.
if you're in the DM to help Diana, the ideas to help Diana DM, then it's in there. I put it in. I went out to smoke a cigarette at work and I was like on my phone trying to set up the stream and I couldn't get the fucking thumbnail right and shit. I was like, son of a bitch. So
Setting up streams on your phone is the worst.
I do it all the time, actually. It was just trying to get. She gave me this background picture on Twitter, and then I saved it on my phone, and then I sent it to my email and sent it to, my laptop pictures, and then I couldn't fucking find it anywhere. Like it just disappeared, and I was like, "That's fucking weird." So I had to email her to. I sent her a message on the other stream so she would email me a copy.
So, wait, so we're live right now. Everyone's Yep. Okay. All right. Well, that was the incredibly professional opening that you all expected. Because I'm here. So there you go.
With the picture of the purple hair that matches the kidneys. I fucking love it. Hi, buddy.
Thank you.
Oh yeah.
Hey, Dr. Ben.
What's up, bro?
I saved my fireball for you.
You're a good man. Really?
I was gonna drink it earlier, and then I was like, B's gonna want me to do it with him. You know what is realistic?
You know what it is? Because I'm a fireball addict, and Ben's only drinking it because I like
but
it.
also B's tall and I'm not.
Oh, you're not that much shorter than me. Only like 6 inches.
Yeah,
I'm only 5'6". Yeah, right. You got like a little stubby. If I knew you were to buy one that small, I would have got a pint. And it would have been accurate. This one's more like a Neil.
I'm having some
Neil's tall. Neil is so tall.
Oh, I know. He's like 6'4", man. I know.
Yeah, I met him. It was great.
Oh, does he give great hugs? I feel like he would give great hugs.
Yeah, he does.
Anyway.
Oh, of course he does. He's a big fucking teddy bear.
Yep.
So, yeah, I was talking about you, Savage. So Commander and Omaros and Maya and Savage and Mr. Willis and HS and everybody coming over here. Thank you so much. Did I say Crypta? Hi, Crypta. How you doing? Yeah. So, of course, as you guys know, we're over here to get some money together to help Diana get aftercare, and so she can get this fucking surgery because we have to have it set up before they will do a fucking thing for her. Yeah. She has to have a plan in place and people that are going to come over and it's scheduled it out and everything, which is why we need Savage with her crazy fucking spreadsheet skills. Yeah. Hi to you. Hi, Stool. So, Cabbage Pants. Is that like Snappy Gloves but different?
Yeah, I don't know. It's Stool.
That kind of sounds like a stinky pair of pants, though. You ever eaten a lot of cabbage?
Cabbage is stinky. It's stanky.
It is delicious, but it will make your farts tear the house up. I've chased myself out of the bathroom before. Like, I had to go, oh, shit, and leave. Like, that's when you know you've had cabbage.
I have a trick. I have a trick for cabbage, at least for cooking it. I don't know how this works. Ben would know better than I in terms of digestion. If you don't want your kitchen to smell like a large fart, basically, if you're boiling cabbage, put a bunch of fennel in with the cabbage, and it's something about that cancels each other out. Your cabbage will not taste like fennel, but it cancels out the smell.
Wait, who goes there?
Hey,
hi, beautiful. Yes, Maya, I remember the dance called the Cabbage Patch. I couldn't do it. You know, Maya, I told my buddy Fred, I said, Fred, this is bullshit. And he's like, what? And I said, well, you know, all these people are fucking prejudiced and we all come from the same place, right? And he's like, yeah. And I said, we all come from like an area where everybody's black. And he's like, yeah. I'm like, so we're all black. And he's yeah. And I said, how come I can't fucking dance, you bastard? That's not
thousands
funny for Ben.
of
He's heard that
years
one
of
like
cultural diffusion.
But I really did say it to him, and he fucking busted up laughing. It was pretty funny. Yeah, hit the like button, share it out, stick it out on your social media. I don't really care about the likes, honestly. I don't give a fuck. I don't care about the subscribers. That's not why I'm here. You can't dance either, Maya? Huh. Go figure.
I can't dance.
No, we're here to do this for Lavender Lady. I don't give a shit about my fucking subscribers or whatever. I don't give a shit. Share it out so we can get some more help. And of course, like me, a lot of you cannot donate. And that's why I'm helping by doing this, because I cannot donate. And I can't donate a kidney or money. So...
Well, you'd better not try to donate a kidney. I mean, you've only got one.
Yeah, you ain't getting this.
You can't lose one.
I'm sorry. I didn't told my kid he ain't getting it. You definitely ain't getting it. Ain't nobody got the one good kidney. I mean, luckily it's a beast, so I'm lucky. But not everybody gets that lucky. So
I slept at some point.
Yay!
Yeah, good job, Catnip. Look at you all grown up.
Cat.
Almost.
Maya's in the chat.
So anybody in the chat that wants to come in, you know how to find me on the twit. Hit me up, send you a link. If you're in Diana's the DM, I started to get some ideas on how to make get some more donations to help out Diana. Then the link is also in there.
Oh.
And if you guys let me know, I'll put wherever the fuck I need to. So I'm good with that. All right. Ben and I have liquor. I have coffee. I have cigarettes and pot. I'm pretty much set for the night. Let's go, guys.
Heck yeah, I saved my fireball shot to do with B. So
that's
this is
actually
a toast.
A couple shots in there, buddy.
It's one shot. I tested it. It fills 1.5 ounces.
7.
Oh, now I feel weird
You got
having the
rainbow.
background with the background.
I'm gonna put Diana right between us, Ben.
Okay, we're gonna do a toast to Diana.
Sounds kinky.
This is actually a great time to do a toast to health. That would be great. Fabulous.
It is. Let's do that.
Also, this is a good time.
I'm raising my
drinking,
sake.
Drink. Whoever's smoking, smoke. The rest of you, I don't know, grab your Pepsi.
If you need to do a water shot, do a water shot. I don't care. Grab something. We're doing a toast.
Yeah, just grab something. To Diana, to all of these people that are helping us, to this cause, and to saving her fucking life so we can keep her around and pick on her longer.
Yes.
Yes.
Love you, Lady Di.
Laheim.
Thank you. Oh, I don't know you folks.
Love me some Fireball.
Yeah, and again, even if Diana keeps saying over and over that she doesn't deserve any of this, which is a lie.
It is a fucking lie, but whatever.
It's a fucking lie. But also, we're all selfish bastards who just want to spend more time with her.
Exactly.
So, yeah, it's all on me, bro.
It's
like, what if I want more time with you, Diana?
That's right. I am being absolutely so. I can't find my Zippo.
Oh, B.
Find your zipper? What?
I know. Zippo. Lighter. You remember Zippo? I think you might have helped invent them, Jenny.
I'm sorry. I just.
I love you.
Since you already have the purple up, I'll just leave it.
Yeah, you guys see fucking Julie's hair? Hold on. That is like, you want to talk about going with the stream. Look at that.
Yeah.
Nice and purpley.
That is a wig, FYI.
Oh,
I
yeah,
can't.
I love it.
Not that cool.
So.
I can't.
We got your Bolt and Cat and
hi, Kyle and Mage and whoever else. I got room
Jenny,
for
you
two
got
more.
a
You guys
rainbow.
want in?
You got a rainbow on your
off
face.
of Twitter or holler at me. Hey,
I
Bolt.
do. Well, it's gay,
I think-
it happens.
What, Bolt? I can't hear you. Nope.
I decided to go for the hooker look tonight. Since it's
Jenny's
for
got her
Diana
hair
and all.
all did. Get some makeup on. She's looking pretty.
Yeah.
Hey, baby, how you doing?
I still won't get a date.
Huh?
Nothing.
Let me turn you up a little bit.
I feel like that should be working now.
That's
my
better.
purple.
We can hear you both.
That's better.
What is
Yeah,
How's it going?
Okay.
I was
Yeah,
like had my fingers crossed that we could like get to 1,000 today, and we got.
I
to
know, right?
1355. So
These people are
like,
amazing. And
That's
some of them
fantastic.
donated like $5. And then after we talked about how much we need to raise, they went back and donated like 50 or 100. I was like, oh my God, you guys are fucking incredible.
oh my gosh, yeah, you guys are amazing. Thank you so much. I can't say it enough. Thank you.
I know not all of you know my girlfriend, but she was lurking around last night while we were streaming. And she said to me, oh my God, there goes Jenny. And she said to me, out of everything that I love about you, I love the community you're in on Facebook, on YouTube. You have an amazing group of people. They're all kind and caring and supportive, and everybody gets each other's backs. And I said, I know, that's why I hang out with them. I fucking love them. So don't think it doesn't go noticed. People see how awesome you guys are. So thank you.
1355 Titan.
Is that where we're at? I need to do a banner on the bottom.
Well, I am doing it with. I'm counting each coffee as $5 because I think beyond.
Oh, you
that
have it up
is a
on your
tip.
screen. Okay.
Yeah.
Can everybody
and
see
I
that
think
in the chat? Okay.
I think beyond the $5, like there were people who donated like 6 or 11, and that will go towards paying coffee, but we'll still just get the 5 out of it. So that's what I've just been counting as.
Yeah, that's cool. Well, there's another $10.
Nuh-uh.
Uh-huh. Thanks, Ben.
Yeah, no
Thank you. Thank you.
Both threw a big chunk in last night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I just wanted to get the party started.
Yeah, man, you got to start. I'm telling
you so much.
You donated, and right after that shit started rolling in, so that's great.
Yeah.
And just so everybody
did.
knows, just because we're ending this marathon tonight doesn't not mean the donations are ending. It's going to take a long time to get to the goal we're at. We're thinking a minimum of 12,500. So for anybody that volunteers, they have housing, they have food, they can take her back and forth to doctor's appointments and everything, and get some care at night at first until she's able to sleep through the night with no help. So the person that's helping during the day can get a break too. So we're trying to include everything, travel expenses and everything. So it's going to be pretty expensive, but you know what? I know we can do it. We've already done half of that. We did half of that in like a fucking 2 weeks for Amanda. So I know we can do this, guys. So
and also just
share
like
it out. And
small plug for somebody else. Like Bolt's a very quiet person, but he does like a crap ton for this community as well. Go give him a follow on Twitch, please.
I'm not actually that quiet, Ben.
Okay, you're not that quiet, but like in other people's streams, I don't know.
I have never heard you talk about your Twitch channel before, which I discovered today. You have like awesome emotes also. So like go jump over there and give him a follow and maybe throw him some bits. I don't know. Like
Yeah, definitely do. I mean, Bolt like doesn't brag about himself ever, which is why I'm coming in here to do it for him. But like he's an awesome member of this community. Like he never makes it about himself, and he's always working behind the scenes to help other people. So if he's not going to shill himself, we're going to do it for him. So
that's
definitely go follow him on Twitch.
I do want to mention a lot of these guys who are multi-streamers. As a multi-streamer myself, who is under the monetization line on YouTube, I will tell you that we do actually make money on ads on Twitch a little bit quicker. So if you have yet to jump over to the Twitch and watch us over on Twitch, that is a good way to help out the streamers that you're watching, even if they're not to where they can get monetized on YouTube.
No. Yeah, I have a Twitch account and I haven't done anything with it yet because were you telling me or was somebody else telling me that I really should be doing multicasting?
Oh, Twitch is great. Twitch is great. I'm monetized on Twitch. I'm not monetized on YouTube.
Well, I'm not even to 1,000 subscripticators yet, which makes
Oh, you
sense.
can get monetized after 50 on Twitch.
We're up to
Yeah.
1445. We just got another $80 donation. Thank you, Catnip.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Because
Thank you, Ben.
I'm a niche market, and I get that. And well, a lot of us are niche, really.
We're the land of misfit toys, y'all.
Well, you're
Yeah.
niche, but something else too that I should mention about Twitch is number one, very, very LGBTQ heavy in the people that view Twitch. Secondly, the category of just chatting is a very popular category. People on Twitch, they go to Twitch to interact with a streamer. They don't just want to sit in the chat with somebody who's going to do whatever. They want someone who's going to talk to them and be able to be part of a community. And that seems to be what Diana does really well on YouTube, which is why it would do so well on Twitch, because you would attract a community like that who wants to have a chatting stream. So it would be perfect for your content.
I do need to look further into that. What I'd really like to do is what some people I know do is a multicasting sort of thing to where I could get out to YouTube and Twitch at the same time, for example, on the same.
Like
on
on StreamYards, maybe?
Mhm.
Like on where I added you on as an admin on my account, maybe?
Oh yeah, that's right.
Maybe.
You did add me to your StreamYards, and thank you for that. Because one of the things that was holding me away from StreamYards was I just didn't have $20 a month. Yeah.
Well,
I'm not even breaking even on my channel yet, and
well, if we can share it with you, we can.
Well, if you'd stop eating all that lobster.
Yeah,
thing.
you can share my account too. Like I only use mine. Like I think we don't stream at the same time. So if you share an account with somebody who doesn't stream at the same time, it'd be very easy to do that, because then you could get all the benefits out of it.
Word.
oh my.
Or even if like somebody, I know Bree's in the audience saying that they're kind of niche. Like, I mean, my channel is very niche, but I mean, my tactic is to kind of split my channels into separate things. So my YouTube is very sciencey and more like my professional content. And then my Twitch is like my hangout streams and like my gaming streams and stuff. So I have two totally separate audiences, but then I don't need to fill the same niche on both streams, if that makes sense.
Hey,
Yeah.
for those of us who can't see the chat, who's all in there?
We have Mr. Willis, Ox, Manda, Bree, Brainbug, Maya,
Regios,
Cryptomaria. I think Mage is in there somewhere.
Amaros, Good Kyle.
The
Omaro's
usual
Moon,
gang of idiots. In other
Kyle
words.
Brewer. Yeah, the good Kyle. That's right, the good Kyle.
You said Mage, Titan, Stool. Did you
It
say
tickles
Stool?
Oh,
me
yeah,
that
Titan's
his
in
name
there
is Good
too, yeah.
Kyle.
Holy Spackle.
Good Kyle.
Spackle,
I
did
feel like
add
we
you
need
into
to
that?
Let's not
specify.
mention the other one.
I mean,
We
yeah,
have
Yeah, no, we need to specify because there's so many of them. But I just love Good Kyle.
Good Kyle.
Too many Kyles.
Yeah. No, we love you, Kyle Brewer. You're fine.
Okay.
You're the good Kyle.
Oh my.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Kyle
HS.
Brewer, who is in the chat, is a good Kyle. We shall not speak of the bad Kyle.
Yeah,
If
yeah.
you were the
That's
bad
right.
Kyle, you wouldn't be in here at all.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. They
Yeah,
would
no.
not.
No, Kyle is great. Kyle is
I don't do
fabulous.
the drama.
Jeez,
I
remember-
definitely do not.
I remember.
Oh, okay. Thank you, Maya.
I remember being on a
Appreciate that.
stream with the bad Kyle, and yeah, it. Oh well, what can I say?
He had nice hair.
Yeah, okay.
No, I don't get awful. His haircut was absolutely pathetic.
He thought he had nice hair.
Wait,
Well,
whose
yeah,
hair?
I believe that.
He had nice suits.
Who? What?
Bad Kyle.
Kyle.
Apparently, this conversation is all about Bad Kyle now.
I don't know.
Oh
who
my
Bad
God.
Kyle
Let's
is.
no,
I don't know
no,
who
no,
that
we're
is.
changing it. We're changing it.
Okay.
We're not going
Hey,
there.
I don't know who that
really,
is. Can I talk about
really
Good
quickly-
Kyle? Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, talk about Good Kyle.
I'll talk about Good Kyle. So I was talking to
Ooh, I love
Good
that
Kyle
color
on
mode,
Facebook.
Benny.
He posted something about what was it? Something about Pop-Tarts. I don't remember what awful flavor Pop-Tarts he was talking about on Facebook. But I commented, I was like, they need to make a Monster Energy flavored Pop-Tart. And he agreed, and I was like, that's the most Kyle thing like I could think of. Like the most
Energy
stereotypically
flavor.
That's
Kyle.
Good Kyle? Good Kyle?
Can I get
What
a
is the
sugar-free
Monster
Good
version?
Kyle.
I'll eat
Good
it.
Kyle. Well, because I drink
is
Monster.
Testing
People
his
know-
status as Good Kyle. I'm just
People
saying.
know I love me some Monster. I love me some Monster. And it's very okay, if you think of a stereotypical
No,
Kyle,
I do
like
too.
the name Kyle is associated with dudes that drink Monster. So
It's
And
a
punch
little bit
holes
of
in
a,
walls,
it's
but
a little
that's
bit of
neither
a
here nor
frat boy
there.
name. I know.
it is
I feel like
yeah.
all of the Kyles in the chat are now offended.
Well, the Kyle
Yeah, they're all
if
gonna
you
leave
think of-
on mass. No.
Well, yeah, no, but people know that like you have like the Chad is like a stereotype, right? It's kind of like a male Karen. Yeah, but
Right,
Kyle,
yeah.
a Kyle is the guy that drinks Monster Energy, skateboards, and will like smash the cans of Monster on his head. Like Kyle's like kind of
Okay.
reckless, but like in that gamer type.
Kyle
dude.
will wipe out on his board, break his wrist in a compound fracture, but put it up on YouTube the next day anyway.
That is
yeah.
a Kyle.
Yeah.
That is a Kyle.
Yeah, it's true.
Okay.
It's
Yeah.
true.
Okay.
A good Kyle.
You know, that's why I had
Yeah.
trouble like picking a name because I didn't want to sound like a fucking Brad or a
stereotype, yeah.
Ken to go with the
Yeah,
Barbie,
well, there's
you know.
and there are stereotypes for guys' names, just like they're like. I mean, I actually feel like there's more stereotypes for guys' names than for the girls' names. Because you have Karen, and then I haven't heard a lot of like any other female.
Oh, if you guys knew my birth
What do
name,
you-
I'm not going to say it, but it is an absolute fucking bitch name.
What do you think of when you hear the name Esther or Ursula or
When I hear
Ursula,
Esther,
I think of
I
Disney.
think of the African
Stella? Oh no,
Esther,
that's a
I
good
think
one.
about VeggieTales.
I used to
God.
work with the lady
Yeah.
named Stella, and she was a
Charles
black
Dickens.
lady. And
Yeah.
she had a horrible attitude.
I
Or,
have to
was
say
like,
the reason
Stella,
why I
get
don't
her
go by
bird
my
back.
birth name is because
Ruth is one
every
of my-
person I've ever met with my birth name was a fucking
What?
bitch.
Ruth is one of my favorite
really?
names ever, but it's just the Bible kind of ruins it for you a little bit. Although it is one of the more interesting stories, but it's rapey.
So I've been
Oh,
told.
I said that word. Shit. I'm sorry.
So I've been told that by a friend that if I were to have a stereotypical guy's name, I guess I would be a Jake. So like not a Josh. So a Josh is a certain type of guy, but then a Jake, I guess, is like a Josh, but with expertise in a very specific area.
Yeah.
It's just like a cool dude that has a very nerdy interest.
Wouldn't
and
you be?
that's a
This,
Jake.
would you be? This,
Or a skill. Jakes are usually
unique
skilled.
skill in
Yeah.
one very random area.
Yeah. Like,
And that's
you need your what's wrong with that particular oak tree diagnosed? My buddy Jake knows all about trees.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so that's a
It-
Jake. It's not
yeah.
quite like a Josh is like that prep that everybody hates.
Oh, no, I have a nephew named don't say that.
Well, yeah, no, but the stereotype of Josh. Not all
Okay.
Joshes
when
are
you
a
hear
Josh.
a semi truck and it's moving from fast to slow and it does that, bah, that's called the Jake break.
No.
Wow.
It is.
The
It's called a
stereotype
More like a
for
white
Titan.
Jake break.
Titan does not
Oh, a
have a
Jake break?
It's not a stereotypical guy's name.
It's a
But
Jake
what-
break or an engine brake.
I mean, I feel like also with a name like Titan, you have the stereotype built in.
Engine brake.
So I said Jake brake or an engine brake. Yep.
Isn't
Oh,
that just
thank
where
you,
you
Dom.
like downshift and like you use like the
What it does is
The
it
gears and the
reverses the
engines.
compression of the motor to slow down the vehicle versus using the brakes.
Yeah. And they make a lot of rackets, so a lot of small towns will outlaw them.
Yes. And it'll either say no engine brakes or it'll say no Jake brakes. And you can
Yeah.
tell the size of the town if it says Jake brakes. It's a little tiny town that's fucking been around forever. That's what it is.
And they shoot before they ask questions.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes, they all have gun racks in their trucks. Yes.
And they still have laws on the books like you can't ride your horse faster than a trot down Main
Yeah.
Street.
Yeah.
Hey, you know
y'all.
what? I don't know if it's still true. Somebody can Google it if you get bored in the chat. But years ago in Alabama, you could marry your first cousin. You could also beat your wife, and this is still a law as far as I know. You can beat your wife on the courthouse steps on the third Thursday of every month, or the third Sunday of every month, or something.
It
like
was
that.
specifically, yeah. There's one state where you can still sell your wife. Like
in,
there's
in South Carolina, it is legal to beat your wife on a Sunday on the courthouse steps.
Oh, it's South
In-
Carolina?
In Tennessee,
Oh,
it's legal to marry your first cousin, but not someone
Alabama.
with the same genitalia as you.
What? Say it again, Julie?
Oh, basically, gay marriage is illegal here. Well, or at least it was until it became federally legal. But
Yeah.
you can still marry your first cousin in Tennessee because that's a good
Right,
idea.
that's how it is in Alabama or Georgia. I know somebody who, like,
Mhm.
my ex-husband's aunt, like, drove down to Alabama or Georgia and married her first cousin. We were all
Oy.
like, what the fuck is wrong
yeah. Where I live, I think you probably can marry your first cousin. It wouldn't surprise me if you can't. But I do know that it is illegal to do butt stuff on a Sunday.
Oh Jesus!
Oh, no,
that
butt,
stuff
no
is that
anal
that
on a
stuff
I
is
do
Sunday.
butt
outlawed
stuff
here,
whenever I
period,
want to
I
do
think.
butt stuff.
Just another anal
Speaking of
Sunday.
sex though, speaking of sex though, I noticed something because I've been on testosterone for like 5 months, and I've never been attracted to men until I started testosterone.
I saw you post that. Yeah, that's interesting.
It's weird because I don't believe in destiny, but I guess I'm just meant to be gay because when I identified as female, I was only attracted to women, and then now I'm on testosterone, and now I'm attracted to both.
No, Ben's like, how you guys doing? All of you.
Ben, I completely.
Well,
I completely
welcome to
understand.
the pansexual community, Ben. We love you.
How y'all doing?
You're one of
Ben,
us.
Ben, come on. I want to be serious here for a minute. Ben, I completely understand your position. I went through a major change exactly like that on estrogen. That after several years of a consistent dose where I was officially on it for life, now it changed me. After about 2.5, 3 years, I just started having feelings that I'd never had before.
Wow.
It's so
And
weird.
now I'm after Jason Momoa. So what can I say?
And it's weird because like not even just
Did you
like,
say Jason Momoa?
I
Oh,
respect that choice and
She's
that.
got a thing for
I
him.
respect.
But
Benny's
I
always had a
can't-
thing for Jason Momoa.
I can't even say that it's just related to
I've met him
like a
couple
man
times.
and his personality.
I'm not
Like
a fan.
I'm jealous. I'm sorry.
like I have to say I've never before testosterone I've ever thought to myself like, wow, I really am attracted to penis. But like specifically I can actually think that like, okay, no, there are actually some cases where I am attracted to that. And I'm like, that's weird to me. I've never experienced that before testosterone.
Yeah,
I've just
No.
never been attracted. Never. Nothing has
I've been
changed
on-
that with me.
I've
I don't
I've
care
been
how much testosterone. Still don't want.
I've
people.
had testosterone
I mean,
my whole
except for
life.
on
I've
me.
never been.
So you're just not meant to be gay.
Yeah.
I'm just meant to be gay. No matter what
Right,
gender I
you are.
present as, I will always be gay.
I've got these
Hey.
3 holes that are just dripping. You know?
Oh my God, Jenny.
I guess that's life, right, Ben?
Maybe
Oh my
also
goodness.
testosterone. I mean, I know testosterone just makes me very horny in general all the time.
Well, yeah, I understand.
But I'm very, very aggressively bi, and it's new for me.
I'm aggressive.
What does that even
Come here.
mean?
Sound like
Give me
me
that
in
penis.
ninth grade. That's really
Aggressively.
sweet.
Are you out there like pushing the bi agenda? Is that like what does
Yeah,
aggressively
absolutely.
bi mean?
Yeah, I'm pushing the bi
Dude,
agenda. That is
Define
exactly
by
what I mean.
agenda.
I don't think
I'm for
The
I'm
bi
being
agenda
facetious
aggressively
with that.
bi.
Yeah, no, the bi agenda is me being bi and then having an agenda of like I have things to do in the day.
Yes.
Both what it
And
means,
usually it's like
what-
school and other stuff, but
what it
it
means
is
is that he's
my bi agenda.
standing there, and everybody who walks by, he gets nervous over.
Well, that's true too. But also, I had social anxiety before that,
It's the
so
vapors.
that I was always nervous around all the people.
So we're just
Oh.
imagining Ben going, they're cute, and they're cute, and they're cute, and they're cute.
I'm just,
No,
I'm
that's
just
how
so,
it kind of is now.
I'm just so picking up what Ben's laying down right now because that's been my whole life. Like since I had a crush on two of my childhood friends when I was 7 at the same time, Jason and Melanie.
No, but granted, there are like it's not like I have an attraction to every single person that's ever existed. Like there's a certain specific people that I'm attracted to of each gender and even like non-binary and agender categories as well. But
Just so
Well,
long
you
as
know,
you
Ben,
don't
what
say
it also
Jason
did-
Momoa.
There you go, Ben. There's your first
not
offer.
Jason Momoa.
Thank
What
you.
what it also did to me, Ben, was it made me I wasn't trying to. It just thoughts and memories and stuff started coming up, and I started to realize that there were men on television who were TV stars of this series or that series. And there were boys in school that I used to know, and I began to realize that I didn't just think they were cool. I was
Like, how
hot
you
for them,
doing?
and, even as a kid, and I just never realized. James Garner,
I don't I don't know you person, but I mean I'm down.
So, blessed be he. We will need a resume from you with all of your life.
Yeah, I was
what
gonna
you've
say-
done
I
throughout your
don't.
life. Not,
Well, I don't need
not
a
work
resume.
Life
But if I'm
resume.
ever going to meet somebody in person that I haven't met, like I'm going in a group. It's going to be a group setting.
I
So-
personally, as weirdly student Dr. Ben's niece, I'm gonna go with like step niece. I'm gonna need some like credentials, and I'm gonna need to pass this along to my mom, who is quite possibly the queen of background checks. Just saying.
Is Heather the queen of background checks? Probably.
That's my aunt.
Oh, you're
My mom, Savage Mama, my actual
Savage
mom.
Mama, okay.
She's an actual. She will find shit. Like
Aw,
Nice.
seriously,
Big
whatever
statement.
you
Ben don't
have.
want no scrubs.
Man,
Well, I'm down.
Why
I'm
didn't
down
I
to
know
meet up
you
with people.
earlier?
I'm down to meet up with people as long as it's in a very public place in a group of people, to where like anything that happens would be witnessed. That's fine
Oh,
with
Ben.
No, that's
But
a
Blessed
safe way to do a
be he.
first
I think
date.
you might need to like show us
Yeah.
a picture. And by the way, are you religious? Is that what the blessed be he
Yeah, I
thing
mean,
is?
a very
Also,
public place where
maybe
Because
there are
that might
plenty
be
of
a
witnesses.
conflict for Ben.
Maybe
I
desert.
am, yeah.
Well,
Maybe
if
desert.
there's
I mean, I'm in
religious and they're
Arizona,
saying
so I'm in a desert already. So I got
I
that
mean-
covered.
Okay.
Same.
if they're religious and they're saying blessed be, then they're at least Wiccan or
desert.
neo-pagan, so it's not that bad.
Grammar Nazi.
That came out weird. I'm sorry. Not that bad. I just
I'm
mean
with
that like
Savage.
Sorry, Uncle
they're
B.
mostly cool.
I'm with Savage. We need like this person's entire life story before we let them anywhere near.
Y'all can
Ben.
just come with. We'll just make it a group thing.
Oh, dude, I'm
Yeah.
there. I'll beat somebody's
Yeah,
ass.
like
if
I
fuck with you.
again, like if it's somebody I don't know, I'm happy to do a group thing first and
Oh,
like
I'll be
make
right
sure
back.
that everything's safe.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
there goes Jenny.
Also,
Jenny's on her
you
way.
can tell. Also, you can tell a lot about a person based on like how they treat their friends and people they don't know. So, like if you go in a
Word.
group and like I can see how you interact in a group setting, that tells me a lot about how you'll interact in an individual setting.
Yep.
So,
Absolutely. Like if you don't like my friends, we're not gonna vibe well.
Well, if
It's
you
not
just
gonna
are
work.
like a jerk and don't like people in general, I'm not going to vibe you.
Well,
with
then you
well.
fist fight them.
yeah,
I
because
don't
also
resort to pugilism if I don't have to. I just
Well, also, like, we're gonna be like, if I'm gonna be in a relationship with somebody, I'm expecting we're also gonna have a friendly relationship. So, like, I mean, you shouldn't have a problem with like hanging out, doing like friend-like things too. Shouldn't
Yeah.
be a problem. Like, hanging out in
Absolutely.
a group shouldn't be a problem. Like, you shouldn't be so possessive that you can't stand someone being in a group setting.
exactly.
I have always dated friends of mine, or people who were friends first, and that has all that. Nope, has not always worked. It worked out well once, but that's fine. It only needed to work out well once for someone like me.
Julie, I have to say, this is the first time I've ever got to know someone first.
Mm-hmm.
And it's amazing because the time that 6 months we went of learning each other made me fall in love with her more and made her realize that she was made her start falling in love with me. So I'm all about do the friends thing first. Absolutely. Not necessarily 6 months, but hang out for a month or so and get to know each other and shit.
Get to know them a little bit. Get to know if you're compatible, if you still want to do something like that.
Talk about things like religion, because there are some really hot, very religious people out there that,
And something that, like, I guess religion did a bad job at because I had very mixed experiences with growing up religious and the whole relationship sphere, because you get kind of two extremes with especially evangelical Christianity, where there's the one side where it's like, yeah, well, you shouldn't date people until you're ready to get married, but once you're interested in somebody, you go so fast. The intention is always marriage, and so you're going really not even talking about relationship status to instantly we're getting married. That's a very dangerously fast trajectory that you're on with that person. And I feel like Christianity does a bad job at really teaching how to grow a relationship, how to find out if you're interested in somebody at all, how to say it's okay if you're not interested in somebody from marriage. Then that not every relationship is going to be perfect. Every relationship is going to have flaws, and you're not going to have a case where it's your dream relationship. You're going to have things to work through, no matter what.
It seems to me that religion has two models for relationships, basically, and that the one model is what you're talking about, that you meet somebody, you get to know them, you begin to date them, you get married, you have kids, blah blah blah. The other one is based on Adam and Eve and their kids, Cain and Abel, and it seems that incest is best in that model, and because there's so many religious people who are just out there doing these incredibly, well, I'm going to say perverse. If you're doing pedophilia, you're perverse. Kind of things. And it, like I said, it seems like there's two models in religion: the hypocrisy and the seemingly normal.
Well, I will also say, to Ben's point, I was raised Roman Catholic, and the only reason to date is to find a good husband, right? Because I was born with a vagina, so that was my job. And or be a nun, or be single and celibate, and screw all of that. So so I didn't date in high school. I had no early relationship experience. I have been engaged 3 times and married twice, and that's what happens when you're raised with that mindset, and it's not healthy. And those first 2 relationships never should have gotten to the point of engagement. That was insane. I was a kid. I was 23 when I got married the first time.
I think
so was I, as a matter of fact, and I certainly was not anywhere near prepared. I was also Roman Catholic, by the way. I was raised that way.
I know.
At least I reached the age of reason, as George Carlin would say. But the thing is, I know that I got married to run away from home.
I know. I know people did that.
Not a good reason.
Yeah, it doesn't go well.
I hate how religion teaches you that the highlight of your life is marriage, and that's what you're striving for. The second you turn 18 is to look for a spouse. And I hate the guilt that I feel a lot of the time that I'm not in a marriage or not in a relationship, but then I evaluate my situation. I'm not in a good spot to be in a relationship or to be in a marriage because I'm in med school. I have that is the biggest priority of my life. I think any relationship or family that you have deserves your attention, and I don't have the time for that. I don't have the energy or the ability to contribute. And if I can't contribute to a family, then I'm not doing my part. I'm not giving what I need to into that cause. And like, I should feel okay that I'm not putting myself in that situation, compromising other people's lives at the expense of I want to do everything I want to do. And so, sure, it's better that I wait, and it's better that my life stables out more. And unfortunately, like, I feel bad about it because religion has told me that you need to have kids by like age 21, and that didn't happen for me.
Right.
No, and also I will tell you, Ben, that from people I've known. Now, I did not go to medical school, but I did go to grad school, and so did my ex-husband when we were married to each other. And it is like living with a ghost. I mean, that, and med school even more so. Like, it's intense. And I know when I was doing my program, I was averaging 3 hours of sleep a night. I had no time for him. I mean, you know, it was, you know, find your own food, look after yourself. I'll see you when the semester's over, because I'm taking 4 grad level classes and teaching 2 undergraduate classes. I don't have time for shit. Like, it was, and that's just, you know, that's how it is. So I admire you for having that self-awareness and for understanding that you would be doing a disservice to your partner.
Well, and that's something, like, because I know that I'm going to go to residency. I'm going to be in the military active duty for 7 years. And like, sure, like, the expectation is, oh, well, your spouse will just follow you, but that's not fair to them. They have a life too. They have their own goals. They have their own things that they want to accomplish. It's not fair for me to say my goals are the only ones that matter, and you're just gonna follow behind and do whatever I do. They've got their own things to do. If I meet someone and they have something that's flexible and that's something they want to do, that's fine. But it's not fair to set an expectation for somebody to abandon their entire life just to make me happy in that way.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah, but you never know. You might meet that one person who wants to go run around and do all that, and will follow you.
And you might.
Well, and we have that conversation first. We have that someone that we make sure that that's the right thing. We don't just go into a relationship for the sake of the relationship and then not take that into account.
Oh, you couldn't see me, Ben, but I was snapping the second you started saying we have that conversation first. I was like, yes.
Well, you should. You know, I feel like that's the biggest problem with most relationships is people go in and you try to be your best you, and you want that person to like you, and they're doing the same thing, and then things get relaxed, and then you start being yourselves, and maybe there's some kind of conflict there, and then you have sex for the first time because you waited till you got married. And I don't give a fuck who you are. Don't tell me that if you love someone that the sex is automatically going to be good.
Oh my God, please, y'all, test drive it before you buy it. Come on.
Yeah, exactly.
This is not a difficult problem.
That is not the biggest part of a relationship, but it's a pretty good chunk. It matters.
Well, it matters. It does. And it matters. I mean, I know people who thought, and I have known people, like, in my personal life, one woman in particular in my personal life who lives here, just so nobody thinks I'm talking about anybody in the YouTube community. I'm not. But discovered that she was asexual after she got married and had sex for the first time.
See?
And that
guy's going to expect it.
Absolutely. And sometimes she just feels like, and she's a Christian, and she feels like it's her Christian duty to occasionally just let him do what he wants because, she's his wife. I know, it's so messed up.
That's one of the problems.
It's so messed up. And she once said to me, you know what the best thing about not being married is? And I was like, what? And she said, you don't have to have sex. And I was like, wow. Because she was the first asexual person I'd ever met. So I really didn't, I had to really educate myself fast on, like, I don't even know what to do with that kind of thing. But yeah, it was just so sad. It was just so sad. And I was like, you and your husband both deserve better. Get a divorce, have 2 happy homes for your kid. Like, It's okay. Is what I wanted to tell her, but she
Well,
didn't believe in divorce because, again, Christian. So
the bottom line is if the parents can find a way to get along just for the kids' sake, I'm going to tell you right now, when you have miserable parents, that kid's miserable too.
yeah,
No parents fool yourself and think that kid doesn't know something's going on.
yeah.
Once they
Please
get
don't.
Right.
they feel it. They feel the tension. They don't know what's going on. They don't understand it. They don't know how to articulate it. It's actually harder on the kids. When my parents got divorced, we were all like, oh my God. And then like a few months later, when everything calmed down, we realized that my mom was happier.
Mm-hmm.
And then we were like, this is the best thing she ever did was kick him out.
Yep.
And we were all okay with it after that.
Yep. I had so many friends in the 80s, everybody's parents were getting divorced, and my parents are still very happily married, and they've been married for over 50, that's like 57 or 58 years or some shit now. And but they had some great fights. I mean, some terrific, like we thought the house might come down around us fights, yelling at each other. But we always knew that they were in love. They showed that just as much as they showed when they had a conflict, which wasn't always the healthiest way. But it was but I had other friends whose parents hated each other, and you could tell. And I mean, they would tell me like, "Will you pray for my parents to get a divorce? I'm praying for them to get divorced." Like, and yeah. So yeah, if anybody in the chat, hopefully you're not in this situation, but if you are, staying together for the kids, not a great idea.
Well, and also, I mean, going through all of that, like the expectation again to getting married in a relationship in your 20s, like is kind of ridiculous because, I mean, most people that I know are happily like getting into relationships in their 30s and beyond, and a lot of people I know that are like getting married so early on. Like there's a huge difference. Like you don't have to get married in your 20s and like you don't really know who you are in your 20s a lot of the time. Like you can wait until your 30s and your 40s and your 50s. Like I mean, we got people that are getting into relationships later on and they're the happiest they've ever been. So it's not like an end all be all. You have to find love in your 20s because that's not realistic for most people. It's not realistic for most people. Like a lot of people are very happy later on.
You are 50 and incredibly handsome.
Agreed.
Here.
Honestly,
Back
I
at you,
didn't
Bull,
know
you
who the
sexy
hell I was
beast.
until I was 60. Really.
Trying to catch you drinking, but I said it too slow.
When we meet, we're going to be like drinking buddies, chest bumping, and being idiots.
I know, right?
That's the kind of shit we're going to get up to.
Peepus. I'm taking a break from the drinking briefly because I'm running trivia in like the next stream, so I got to make sure I'm not too drunk. We got like another hour, but still, like I can't be sloshed before I go to my own stream.
Yeah, you gotta be sober enough to read.
Okay, I want to
I
say
do have
something
to
about
read.
that.
That is my stream.
You're absolutely right, Sarah. People are led to believe that they have to be in a relationship to be happy, and they have to be in a relationship, blah, 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 blah. I think that one of the reasons I didn't find love until now is because I was still working on myself for years. I didn't figure my shit out, get my head on totally straight, learn to love myself, respect myself, have confidence, and all that, all the good things that you want until I was 44, I think. When I finally, I got this shit figured out as best as I'm ever going to get it. So, I don't think it's good to be in relationships and get married in your 20s. I think it's a bad idea because most people get divorced.
Yeah, I do too.
You don't know who you are yet when you're fucking
you're
21,
not even,
20.
Your brain isn't even fully developed.
You start figuring that shit around 30, 35. That's when you want to start looking because then at least you got your head on straight.
I need to say something, so if you'll not talk over me, everyone. This model, I think, is one of the most destructive things that can ever happen to a person. I'm a victim of this model, and it has done.
Hi guys. So I just got
extreme damage to me over the years.
Sorry.
And I'm not expecting that it will ever be fixed.
No,
But please don't do it to your kids. Don't make them think that shit. Just don't do it.
Yeah,
It'll kill them.
it's true.
That's all.
Sorry, Jenny. I didn't mean to jump in there. I just got a fairly significant tornado warning actually for my area. So I think
Nice.
I'm
Oh.
not actually nice, but I
Get
think
your
I should.
ass in a closet.
Yeah, exactly, and I think I should shut down.
I
Probably.
am never going back in a closet. None of you can make me.
I have a basement. Unfortunately, it's not the
Okay,
it's
stay
not a finished
safe.
basement, but I
Stay
should
safe,
be fine.
Savage. But we've got
Yeah,
it covered
stay-
from here.
stay
So
safe,
whatever
Somebody
you
want
need
to get rid of that one for me? Bye, Savage. Love you. Be safe.
I got rid of that in the chat. You're good.
Thank you.
I was
But
getting
also,
there.
I did want to say something, like, this community, like, that has taught us that you need to be in a relationship to be happy, and that you need all this. Like, they don't value platonic relationships as much as they should. Like, you don't need to be in a relationship, like a romantic relationship, to be happy. Like, you can do a lot with platonic relationships and with having a good, like, friend community around you.
Absolutely.
And, like, there are plenty of people in my life who I'm not romantically attracted to or sexually attracted to that I extremely value in my life. Like, most people in this stream right now, people in the chat, like, I value you in my life. I wouldn't
Absolutely.
necessarily have sex with
Yep.
you, but I
Right.
would absolutely, like, I would trust you to be there if I needed it, and I would be there for you, and I would absolutely go out and have a beer with you. Like, I would absolutely take
Fuck
time out
yeah.
of my day to
Oh, yeah.
spend time with you.
Fuck yeah.
And you don't need to be romantic or sexual to have a quality relationship. You can do that
No.
in a number of different capacities.
The best marital advice I ever got was from this amazing woman named Trudy, who's no longer with us, unfortunately. But she said, don't try to be everything to each other. You need your friends and you need your family. And being everything to one person is toxic, and it puts too much pressure on your relationship. And that is almost verbatim. I remember that moment so well.
You know, fuck, what was I gonna say? God, I looked at something. Go ahead. I'll think of it in a minute.
Anyway, just to piggyback on what you were saying, Ben, I didn't mean to cut you off or anything.
No, you're good. It's just something that, like, religious communities failed to teach us.
Mm-hmm.
Because, like, these relationships are valuable, and you should
yeah.
hold on to them. You should put some effort into them, because you don't need to have sex or romance to be a healthy relationship. That's okay.
Well, it's like right now we've got a situation in my extended family. I'm not going to say who. I'm not going to name relationships or names, where one family group of a very religious husband, wife, and two little kids has completely cut off one of their sister and sister-in-laws, in part because she left her abusive husband. And they're like, divorce is wrong. You need to make it right. You need to bring him back to Jesus, kind of. And I was like, no, you need to get the fuck out. Good for you for getting the fuck out. So it's just, and there are other, there's other family drama involved that I won't get into, but that was part of it. That was part of the initial shunning that is now taking place. And it's just obscene, and it's so sad because they're going to regret it. They're going to get older and they're going to regret it.
Mm.
Sorry. Hi, I bring things down. That's what I do.
It's getting deep tonight. No, it was a great, deep conversation tonight. We love it. I mean, B streams are all about talking about, like, community things, and B likes
whatever's on your mind.
Yeah, good conversations. As long as we're not being an asshole about it, B welcomes these kinds of conversations to be had. So this is why we come to a platform like this.
Allow for people to change and allow for them to make mistakes. We all fuck up. She made a bad match. Oh, darn. She got away from the bad guy. Yay. Like, that's a thing to be celebrated, not the thing to be shunned over. Okay, I'm done. Sorry. I mean, I'm finished. That meat gets done. People get finished.
Oh,
I just
my
channeled my
goodness.
mama. Good Lord.
Yeah, and Willis's Mr. Willis, or I don't know how you say that, dude. I hope I'm saying that okay. Mr. W in the chat. He was saying, and there's another thing, you don't have to get married at all. Like I'm telling you, I said to myself when I hit 45, I said, when I was 44, I said, when I hit 45, if I don't meet somebody, I might just call it quits. And then I hit 45 and I thought, you know what? No, it's too soon. So I said, that's it. If I don't meet somebody before I hit 50, I'm done when I hit 50. And I met her a month and a half before I turned 50. And I was like, okay, we're going to keep our options open here just in case.
Well, the unfortunate thing is, when I look back on the generation previous to mine, the so-called parents, a lot of them, most of them, I think, got married simply for a license to fuck.
Yeah.
And that's no reason to get married. There's no reason to have any relationship at all, really, when you come down to it. There's more to life than that.
Yep.
And there's nothing wrong with just that, too. I mean, as long as you're not hurting anybody.
Right.
As long as nobody's partners are getting stepped on along the way, like, it's okay to do just the thing and then move on with your life and go, oh, had a lovely experience. Moving on now.
Jenny, you started saying something?
Our generation took away the need for that license. If people still want to, people still think that they need to have that, then it's on them. It's not. You can't blame society. We took that license away. It doesn't need it.
That's true.
So when you all go out first,
you still do it.
Remember what we did for you.
Still do it that way. You talk about terminally Christian. I mean those purity thing tests or whatever the fuck they get and everything else. Yeah. And then there's this cat. The only reason she's not whoring around is that she doesn't have any opportunity.
That sounded like a little girl saying, "Mom."
Mr. Willis or Willis there is absolutely correct, by the way.
It's Willis.
Willis, thank you. You are absolutely correct, sir. If someone tells you they don't ever see themselves wanting to get married or they don't want to have children, yes, believe them. Don't expect them to just somehow magically change one day. I have made that mistake.
April, your aim matches perfectly.
Nice.
Excellent.
Well, you see, that's what the shit is that I'm going through is, I was raised in this model. I believed in the model, and it programmed me, and I still want nothing more in life than to get married and be someone's wife. And I can't give it up. I mean, the shrink is saying, well, you just got to give that up. It's like, well, but I can't. It's can't. It's too deep.
I love being married. I always have. That's why I did it the second time, because the first time was not fun for the most part. But I like having someone to share, like in my house, sharing my life. So I don't know if that's good or bad, but it's good for me.
With me, it's kind of funny because I'm totally okay living alone and being alone. Like I am. I've been like this for years now. I was just like, whatever. I have friends. I have family I talk to. I have friends at work. I have you guys on here. I'm good. I mean, would I ever say no to Heather? Fuck no, because I'd be stupid. But that's not the point. But I think that's the key, honestly. I think the key is to get to the point where you're okay being alone. You love yourself. You're a good person. You have to learn these things about yourself, and you have to learn to love yourself. How the hell are you going to give somebody else love if you don't have any for yourself?
Oh, that's bullshit.
It's got to start Bolt. No, it's not.
You can be completely in love with somebody and not be in love with yourself. You know, that's
really, and that'll last.
Well, I don't know if it'll last, but I've definitely experienced that. Anecdotal evidence. Ooh. Hey, B, I can barely hear you, man.
Really?
Just FYI. Yeah, I don't know what's going on, but suddenly you're super faint. I checked my phone because I thought it was me.
Is that better?
You sound normal here.
Yeah, you sound normal here. I think it might be you, Julie.
Okay.
It might be me.
Julie.
Okay, fair.
I put my mic over here because I know I talk loud and I don't want to blast people out.
I've seen StreamYards do that to other people where just everybody is fine except one person can't hear right.
See, and Ben and I don't have like tiny dick syndrome like Bolt. We have to stick our mic in the picture. You know, we don't do that.
I have my gain down really low because my kid is always making noise. So mic's closer, so you don't have to hear that.
You know what I like most about trans men? They're the only people I know who had dicks smaller than me.
You know what? Fuck off. I love you.
Yeah, but you'll get to fix that at some point.
See, but the thing is I get to pick what I want, so that's good.
You have a good point. But if I could have picked, I'd be happy with the one I've got. So.
Well, see, but not everybody has that. I mean, I had a guy whip his dick out at me, and it was the size of my thumb, and it was hard. And I'm not kidding. It was like from here up on my thumb.
Is that like something I can donate when I die?
I was sitting on the toilet, and he opened the stall, and he whipped it out, and I went.
Cut that back.
I was drunk. I couldn't help it.
Flange, and that's me.
What, Jenny?
Cut that back by one flange, and that's me.
I was trying really hard not to participate in this. That was funny.
I just think it would be convenient to like make your dick hard whenever you want it to be.
Oh, agreed.
For as long as you want it to be.
I mean, I'm not going to say it wouldn't be.
Don't. You can say anything you want about it. It doesn't bother me at all, Julie. I'm like A, over it, and B, the guys in high school were right. You know, what can I say?
No, I was like, okay, I feel like this is one of those moments where, being a cis chick, I'm not gonna make comments about trans people's genitalia. I'm not doing it.
Feel free. It's all right.
No, I'm good. Thanks.
I shouldn't speak for everyone. You can.
The weirdness is me. Okay. The weirdness is me.
Cool.
That wasn't supposed to be a conversation stopper, y'all.
But I think that should be the last word.
I'm very happy today because it's the first time I've been able to do my nails since like August because I bit them all off from anxiety.
Oh, I did that last week, and I'm so annoyed with myself. They were looking really good.
I'm 35-year probably nail biter, and I haven't bit my nails since I stopped vaping.
Good for
well
you.
done.
And I have no idea what the correlation is. Like if the pills for stopping vaping have helped or what.
Oh,
that's a weird side effect.
What did they give you?
It's the Canadian version of Chantix.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
Because the American version is not available in the States right now.
Yeah, no, that makes sense because Chantix is anti-depression and anti-anxiety. So.
Oh, maybe that's helped.
Yeah. I had Chantix back in the day, and that was the best I ever did at quitting smoking. I quit for like 8 months. It was amazing.
I love the dreams.
Yeah, I do too.
I don't know. Like a lot of people say they can't take it because of the vivid dreams, and I'm like, my dreams are great. Like,
I love it. I mean, not all my dreams are great. Some of them are terrible and horrifying, but I still love it.
Yeah,
I like it.
I'm usually just snowboarding.
I would wear a nicotine patch to bed on purpose. It was like, yes.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because you can wear them for 24 hours. So put one on in the morning and then, take the old one off when you get up. put on a new one, and
I always wanted to fall asleep and dream while I was on acid, but I could just I was too wired. I couldn't fall asleep.
that I've never done. I knew pretty early that I didn't have any diagnoses early enough, but I knew I had some unstable brain chemistry going on, and I was afraid that might mess with it.
That's probably a wise decision.
Yeah, but
I
more power to
never
people who can take it.
hallucinogens for anyone. They're way too powerful, and if you have some unknowns, it's not worth the risk. But it is great if it works. It's pretty amazing what your brain can do to itself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard some great stories.
If you've done acid, you can completely understand, empathize, and visualize what people with synesthesia are going through.
Oh, that's
it creates within you, and you begin to see sounds and feel sound and feel sight and all that kind of stuff. It crosses over great. Plus makes Escher and Dolly look like geniuses.
Well, I don't know about Dolly, but I know Escher was a genius. That's my favorite artist right there.
Yeah,
I think you'd have to be able to visualize things like that.
Yeah.
I can look at his stuff and I can't even visualize it. It's just like, thaw.
B, look at the private chat.
Oh my goodness. You guys know I'm horrible about looking at the private
I know,
chat.
that's why I told you to go look at it.
Oh, nice. Really?
I'm pretty excited.
That's fucking awesome. I love him.
We got some fun people joining us for atheist trivia tonight.
Oh no, he's a celebrity. He's not just some fun people.
Oh no, he's great.
Everybody knows him.
I got to meet him at Faithless Forum. Atheist Edge has asked me for a spot in trivia, so I'm pretty excited about that.
I would have loved to have met him.
Sorry. I went to go press the chat and I hit the leave button that time.
I'm a new fan of Atheist Edge too. I saw some of their response videos, and I was just very impressed with the level of calmness and thoroughness in the thought and.
Well, he is great. I met him at Faithless Forum, and his approach is really nice. Like he's very thorough, and he also is very respectful of everybody that he has on his channel.
Yeah, even when he shouldn't be. Yes. They're a butthead. Say it. Say it.
He's also a former Marine, and we bonded a little bit at Faithless Forum because we were talking about military stuff, and then we talked about jujitsu. Like he doesn't do jujitsu, but like he did like combative stuff in the military, and so he is a great guy. But
he really is.
I'm gonna get him on my channel at some point in the new year because I'm excited for this one. He wants to come on Medical Myths to talk about how in the Quran, like the Quran makes a lot of scientific claims, and he wants to address how a lot of people in Islam will say that the Quran said this thing that was correct about science, and therefore it's true. So we're gonna talk about that specifically. It'll be interesting.
That's awesome. That's awesome. That's like our other thing we've got coming up soon that somebody's setting up. I'm pretty excited about that.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be great too.
Oh, that's gonna be great. Fuck yeah, man.
I'd still need to coordinate with you when I'm gonna have you on Medical Myths because I have a topic I told you a topic I want you to come cover. I'm gonna get B to come on to cover ADHD myths because there are a lot of videos out there of people trying to cure ADHD with like herbal remedies and garbage.
Look, I've tried everything. Pot doesn't even work. I'm sorry.
So I'm gonna get B to come on and we're gonna react to some of those. It's gonna be fun.
Please do.
Yeah. It's gonna be fun. Fuck yeah.
Why can't you just take St. John's wort? Because I'm bipolar, you idiot. Sorry.
Because it'll mess with every medication you're on pretty much.
Yeah, that's
too. We get the same
little
shit is my point.
Yeah. Let's do a little public service announcement. Before you take supplements, especially herbal supplements, talk to your doctor and find out which ones are good for you. Do not
And
just
don't
go
listen
take
to
them.
everything you find out on the internet because it's probably garbage.
Yeah, and also show them.
The internet is really.
Yeah, and also vaccines are good.
Yeah, I've been wanting to get B on my channel for so long for medical myths, and I'm like, I just need the right topic because I need to make sure that everybody I'm bringing on has something that like they can really contribute a lot on, and like it's something up their alley of like, yeah, I can just stay quiet a little bit and let this person talk. So I'm gonna give B ADHD myths. I'll let you talk about most of it.
Nice.
I won't take my Adderall, so I'm not quiet, and I'll just be like, oh, because right now I took my. So I've decided I take my Adderall in the morning right before I get to work, and I start getting fidgety in the afternoon, and then about 3 or 4 o'clock I take my second one. So I have like a 2-hour gap there. I'm a little like fidgety on edge, so I have to watch it. But then during this time period, I'm like,
Can I address this point? Can I address this? Yeah,
absolutely.
Ox, I agree with you. I agree with you, Ox. And here's the problem, is that they do work and they have functions like any other medication, which is why you have to be cautious and why you need to monitor them. Because they do have effects, and if you use them for the wrong thing, they can be problematic. So yeah, they do work. But they might not work in a way that you want them to work.
Yes. Be careful. Talk to your doctor.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Get medical advice from someone who went to medical school and has treated patients and did a residency and all that good stuff.
And not someone that went to chiropractic school. They don't count.
They do not count.
They do not count.
No. Oh my God. I'm getting so many flashbacks from my 20s right now.
I found too many people, like chiros are the worst on the YouTubes for peddling things that are not verified. And like they love to say that they are like, I've found so many of them that will say that they're physicians and not mention the fact that they're a chiropractor. And that's fraudulent.
Yes, that is.
Because they are allowed to say, and I don't even think they should be allowed to say that they're a chiropractic physician. They should be allowed to say they're a chiropractor. Then even that's a stretch because like they shouldn't be allowed to practice at all. But
the first chiropractor I went to start seeing was a friend of mine. We were same age. We grew up in similar parts of town. We just connected. We'd known each other for a number of years before I started going to him. And I found out that Steve was a realistic chiropractor, which I didn't realize even needed to exist. And he explained to me about all these things that they teach chiropractors that have nothing to do with their practice, but have everything to do with their income in the practice. And how if you sell this treatment to people, you'll profit better than if you do this symptom or treatment for symptoms. And it's like, oh, so they're not really learning chiropractic, they're learning business management. And he says, he says a great deal of it is. And that's a little unnerving. That's the thrust of what they're doing there.
Minecraft.
But he told me, just don't buy into this stuff. There are things that chiropractors can do and help you manipulate the spine and stuff like that.
Yeah.
He says, but and maybe even an elbow you can snap back into place or something. He says, but no, I'm not going to make you hear if you're deaf.
But also something too. So I'm in a DO program. So there are two types of licensed physicians in the United States. There's MDs and there's DOs, and they're equally licensed. They can do the same residencies. Like there's really no difference except for one class, and that is about musculoskeletal manipulation. And there's a big difference between osteopathic manipulation and chiropractic manipulation. And this is very important. If you want to have musculoskeletal adjustment, go to either a DO or go to a physiotherapist, because the thing with chiropractors, number one, they're not trained physicians. So if you go to a DO who can do those things as well, and they can do them a lot better and a lot safer. They are trained medical doctors that have that as like another tool in their toolbox. But even then, the tool is different because a chiro, they like to do what we call shotgunning, where they will just pop everything and anything. They'll pop it and say that that'll help. You shouldn't do that because that can cause increased laxity in your joints, especially over a long period of time. That can cause stress on your joints that's not beneficial. You're targeting things that don't need to be targeted. So a DO is going to take a different approach in that everything's localized, and not even most of it's not popping joints back into place. It's using isometric contractions, utilizing muscle shortening, like kind of stretching techniques, muscle retraining, things that you'd see in physiotherapy. And then if you are going to pop something into a place, you're not popping everything. You're popping one segment, one place. Like it's very localized to one area and not messing with anything else, like much more conservative treatment. So, like, chiros are scary.
I'd like to add
scary.
one thing to that, Ben. I pretty much agree with everything you're saying, by the way. You know, and I'm just speaking as somebody who was a patient of somebody who I had lots of trust for. And what I learned with Steve is don't let any freaking chiropractor touch your neck. Just don't.
Yeah, do not do it. If they're not testing vertebral patency, like vertebral artery patency, they're garbage because you need that. But also something else that I see is people, and I'm going to do a whole video on this. People love to assume that if a chiro gets an x-ray, that's them being cautious. No, that is them getting money because, number one, you're exposing somebody to radiation that they do not need. Every x-ray comes with radiation, and the key is with imaging. The question is the imaging we're getting worth the cost of you getting radiation? So if you had a spinal fracture, that's dangerous, that could kill you. We need to give you a little radiation to treat this problem that is dangerous. We give you a CT. We're ruling out something that could kill you. So it's necessary to give you a little radiation to treat this potentially more risky condition. So you don't give someone radiation just for funsies. You don't. And something else with x-rays used especially by a chiropractor, they give a very high rate of false positive results. So of course, if you x-ray somebody, most people, especially people over the age of 20, have lumbar disc herniation or disc bulging or some kind of disc degeneration. That's just almost everybody has it. So if you're a chiro and you need to make money and you x-ray somebody and be like, I found an abnormality, you have to be treated by me. You're probably going to do it. You're going to trust them. You're like, they got an x-ray. They showed me this. That's normal. They're doing it because they get money off of it for every x-ray that they do and for every adjustment that they can give you after. And if they can say you need X number of treatments, you have to come back to me every month, they're getting money off of it. So just because they do an x-ray does not mean they're doing a good job. Just throwing that out there. I'm going to do a whole video on that.
Oh, yeah, they got me, man. I had a chiropractor get me before I left Ohio because I was told to go to one by, like, insurance shit. Like, your next step is to. So I went, and he x-rayed me, and he, like, messed around with my neck like I thought he was doing something, and I knew he wasn't. And they said they weren't going to fucking charge me and everything. Well, then like a month later, I got a $260 x-ray bill.
Yikes.
Do you think I paid it?
Billing.
Fuck no.
Yeah. It's sleazy business tactics for sure. They're good at it. They're very good at business tactics. But holy crap, I do not trust them. I don't. But also, Val, thank you for the raid. Welcome to my rant.
I had a chiropractor tell me that getting my spine adjusted regularly would improve my immune system. And I was like, how does that work?
No.
Yeah.
What a
I was like, that makes No sense. Yeah.
How were those things even remotely connected?
They're not.
Because there are gullible people in the world.
They're not at all.
Right.
Not at all connected.
Just because there are gullible people, that's why they're
when
connected.
I started with my friend Steve, he said I have a film that I want you to watch. It's something that I'm supposed to have every new patient watch. He says, but before I do, I want you to know that it's complete crap. But I'm going to show it to you so that you can understand that when I'm telling you something is complete crap, you believe me. And it was this film about some guy who was miraculously cured by a chiropractor, and now he can hear.
Oh yeah, the deaf guy. Yeah. They made me read about him.
Yeah, virtually every chiropractor has that film. And he said, no, that's absolutely bullshit. So trust me, if I tell you it's crap, it's crap. So I thought that was pretty cool that he was revealing trade secrets, so to speak. Made me trust him a lot more. He unfortunately died of colon cancer.
Oh,
I'm
that
sorry.
shit's nasty too. Colon cancer is vicious.
Yeah, it just ripped him apart like nothing.
That's what happened with my sister. She had abdominal cancer. She had cancer like liver, stomach, intestine area. Had like 6 feet of intestine removed for one time, or no, like 2 one time, and then they removed another 4.
Yeah,
trying to get rid of the cancer, and took the lobe of her liver off and the edge of her stomach and all this shit.
I had a friend die like a couple weeks ago from colon cancer.
Jesus, man.
So also, I want to clarify for Jenny. It sounds like the guy that you were saying was a good person and somebody who honestly knew what he was doing. So it sounds like I would get along well with him as a person. I disagree with his methodology, but that's allowed. We can disagree on things. But sounds like a good person, regardless.
Yeah, he really was. And sadly, he had just an absolutely horrid wife, which he eventually divorced. And oh my God, what he did, of course, he knew he was dying. And so before he died, like a month before he died, his office manager who was this very nice, kind woman, who was single. He married her, even though they weren't in love, and then signed the will over everything to her, so that his ex-wife couldn't get a thing. This woman was so nasty. We had this car club, and we were raising funds for the car club. We were raising money for a group that worked with mentally retarded young people, primarily Down syndrome kids. And this woman would not let her husband donate any of their chiropractic company T-shirts to this, because she didn't want to see those mental people wearing their T-shirts.
What a fucking cunt.
Honest to God. And that was pretty much.
Has she ever met anybody with Down syndrome? They are the sweetest fucking. Once in a while you get one that's big and angry. That happens everywhere though. But most of them are very sweet, and they just want to hug, and they want to like high five you and just talk to them for a minute, and they're fucking in heaven. I have a friend in. God, see, that shit pisses me off. I have a friend in Ohio. Well, it's a couple, and I'm friends with her, and then became friends with her husband. They're really great people. They have 4 children. The oldest one has Down syndrome. And so he's like 38 now or something, but in his head, he's like 11 or 12. And he is an absolute sweetheart. And every time I see him, he wants a hug, and then we have to do a handshake, and then at the end, he likes that. And he's just, oh my God, Jordan is just the sweetest kid in the world. He met some woman who is around his age who also has Down syndrome. They're mentally compatible, what level they're at. And he's like, I'm gonna marry her. That's gonna be my wife. I'm gonna marry her.
I think that's so weird when Downs folks get together that way. It's just it's just so fulfilling. You know,
it is. They are the cutest fucking couple in the world because they're just sweet and innocent. You know, they don't have any malice against the world. They don't have to worry about. They don't think about all the shit that we think about and worry about all the shit we worry about. They are absolutely happier than us. You know, people want to pick on them, like, dude. You know, it's like Ralphie May said, man. You know, they're just happy. They got their Scooby-Doo lunchbox. They're good. That's it. You know, fuck it. Who's worse off, really? You know what I'm saying?
I get very upset when people use the retard word as a put down. You know, you see it so much on and stuff like that. It's just so inappropriate. These people are all they want is love. That's all.
Yeah, that's all. They want to hug and maybe like talk to him for a minute, or like Jordan's in the video games, and I'll go in there and go, Jordan, what are you playing? He's like, oh, I'm playing, you know, Call of Duty or something. And he's like really into video games, and he'll be in there playing, and I'll go, oh, that's cool, man. He's like, yeah, and then he looks back at the screen, and I know he's good. You know, I just said hi to him, and he's like back into the.
Yeah.
So
this is where we get that intersection of me being so pissed off at anti-vaxxers because one of my nephews is autistic and he's one of the kindest, most wonderful people I've ever met in my life. And it makes me really angry that there are parents out there who read bad information on the internet, disregard what the CDC and what actual doctors tell them, and risk their children dying from measles because they think they'd rather have a kid who might die from measles than an autistic kid. Fuck them. Yeah. Autistic kids are awesome. Fuck them. I'm done. That was my rant.
There's so many people in our community. You guys have no idea. There's so many people in our community that are autistic and just on a higher functioning level of the spectrum. You guys would be fucking shocked. I've had people tell me, I know somebody that he told me and I was like, oh, well, shit. So I started taking things into consideration after he told me, and I've known him for like fucking 2 years. He just recently told me. So now I'm like, oh, no, let's it's fine. Let's just back off of him a little bit, you know?
I don't know
because he's a good guy. He really is.
You know, I don't know the numbers, but there's an interesting correlation, and there's enough of a correlation that it's shown up in studies, but autism does seem to run a little, I'm sorry, let me take that back. Atheism runs a little higher in people on the autism spectrum than it does in the general population.
Really?
Yeah. I heard that recently on Secular Sexuality. But not recently, it was a few weeks ago. I never catch anything anymore.
That's recently.
Say that again, Julie.
Yeah. Oh, just that there and the person on was on the spectrum herself, so she cited.
Was it Phoebe?
It wasn't
Phoebe. Was on a few weeks ago.
The stream last night. It was a different young woman.
Oh, was it last night? Because I know Phoebe was on a few weeks ago.
No, this was like 6 or more weeks ago. I don't know. Time has no meaning. I work all the time. But
Phoebe was on a few weeks ago, and she is on the spectrum.
Okay, cool. Well, she may have mentioned it too, but this particular young woman who was not Phoebe, because she doesn't have Phoebe's face.
Okay.
Jeez, Julie, observant.
That there were. Well, I don't like to say things that aren't, you know, right. So I don't want to attribute this. But she said that she had read studies that, then she cited. I think she cited a couple of them, but it's been so long now. But anyway, that there does seem to be a correlation between just a higher percentage of people on the autism spectrum are atheists when compared to the percentage of atheists in the general population who are not autistic. Yeah. Does that make sense? Okay. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yep. So it's interesting. I'm just like, and she was wondering, the young lady in question was wondering if it's because we're less. She said we're less susceptible to social cues. So we don't get the social pressures as much either. Like we don't feel them as keenly. So, and I thought, wow, that, you know what? There might be something to that. That would make a lot of sense, actually.
Right.
Any Noozlebees. That's just a random, perhaps non-fact that I can't even back up with a citation. So back to you guys.
Yeah.
Touche, my friend. Touche. Hey, Diana, how you doing over there? You haven't said anything in a while.
Moo.
There we go. That's why I'm doing
Hey.
this. I got to get my moo once in a while. It's just
There
not a
you
good
go.
stream without
There
it.
you go.
I want there to be a musical contest between Stool and Diana. So Stool can write a song about emu sperm, and Diana can sing about being full of poo, and it'll be great.
I am so full of poo.
Poo, so full of the poo. I is full of poo, and so really full of poo. All right.
Diana, I think you should
I
write it.
love those songs so much.
I think you should write it and try to get Tim Minchin to sing it.
Oh,
There
for sure.
you go. And there's a cat on my thigh.
No.
There's a cat.
Oh, kitty.
I had a cat on my thigh.
It's a pussy.
Meow, meow,
Two
meow, 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 meow. Oh, you.
She's so pretty.
You got a pussy.
But only on her terms.
There's a pussy on your chair.
Yeah, huh?
Yeah.
Pussy on my chair, and I don't care. Do-do.
I was petting my pussy.
There's a pussy on my chair too.
I do that a lot, Diana.
There you go.
That's a very pretty
I got
pussy.
two of them, so there's lots of
Thank
petting
you.
going on. Yeah.
Oh, hers. I'm sorry.
I just want to quote, "Are you being served now?" If you get that reference, you watched a lot of PBS in the early 90s, or you're old.
Have you been
Oh.
served?
That show is still on, by the way.
Oh, no, it's not. What?
Yes,
Oh,
In
yeah.
it is.
reruns, or are they doing a new one?
Every PBS market does their own choices.
Oh, okay. Fair enough. Fair enough. Yeah, that's where I saw it. And the first time Mrs. Slocum delivered one of her "My Pussy" lines, I was so confused. And my dad said she means her cat. That's the joke. And I was like, oh, it is
You're
funny.
like-
I'm sorry you had to explain it to me. I was genuinely like, because I grew up at a point where pussy had just supplanted slang for vagina to the point where no one called their cats that anymore. So I'd never heard anyone actually call a cat a pussy cat. Like, so yeah.
Okay.
Wait, it was a small town in Kentucky.
I just realized I had my camera off all this time. Oops.
Did you say you had your clothes off this whole time? What?
No.
No, my camera off. I'm fixing jewelry, and so I just got preoccupied and didn't think about coming back.
You
Oh, are
look
you?
very pretty, Jenny, by the way.
Thank
I know
you.
She's all did up.
Mm-hmm.
Did it up.
Did it up.
Did it. Did it up.
Sarah, don't tempt me. I'll make up some damn words to that song for you here soon. You just give me a minute and I'll do it.
But that's the egg thing.
See, I'm not so bad. Why can't I get a date? Jesus.
You're awesome, and I don't know.
I asked myself that for years, Jenny. But I mean, I was okay being single for. It's good. It's good to be single here and there. For you have a bad relationship, take some time, get your shit straight, learn from it, learn to love yourself more, move on.
Oh my gosh, yeah. It's and if you don't have a chance to do that because of circumstances, it can be terrifying. It's like Junk Shop and I started dating like basically not long at all after my divorce was final. And I'd been separated for 6 months prior to that, and had also emotionally checked out of the relationship prior to that. But still, like, there was a lot of freaking baggage, and it was rough. That like I said, I'm sorry, I keep talking about my ex a lot the first year we were together. and they would always say, well, you'll talk about it as long as you need to.
Aw.
I know, right?
You know that chick I was dating like 5 months ago or whatever, and I was just like, I told her, I don't know. I don't feel like we're really going anywhere here, and I think we should just be friends. And she was like, okay. So she got a hold of me around I think it was like the day after Thanksgiving, and said, happy Thanksgiving. I said, well, happy harvest, And she's like, how are you? I said, I'm fucking great, blah, 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 And so she's like, oh, me too. I'm dating someone, blah, blah. I'm like, oh, me too. Oh, who are you dating? Oh, I'm dating. This was a friend of hers that she's known for a few years. And I guess about 2.5 years they've been friends. So that's good, right? Friends first. And then I told her who I was dating. She goes, yeah, I'm not surprised. And I said, really? And she said, yeah, you never stop talking about it. I was like, oh, my bad. She said, it's okay. She said, I'm glad you're happy. So, yeah.
Aww.
Yeah,
see, grown-up relationships that make sense.
See that shit?
You don't have a bunch of teenage bullshit.
I am friends with like, I don't even know, like 5 or 6 women that I've dated, at least. Some of them we don't talk very often. It'll be a couple of years, and some of them we every 3 or 4 months, one of us will text each other and be like, hey, how you doing? I'm good. What's going on? How's your wife? Oh, great. Oh, good. Good for you. Like we just talk.
I admire that so much.
Well, because the bottom line is there's a difference between realizing you're not meant to be together and splitting up, and then someone being an asshole and abusing you and you split up.
Well, yeah.
These were all good people who we just didn't mesh. We were just button heads, and I don't know, they just weren't the person for me.
Well, you dated long enough to figure out you weren't compatible, to go back to Ben's earlier point, which is good.
Sometimes it takes a while. A couple of them, I was a truck driver. I was barely ever home. And then when I started working more locally, I started getting home more. Then we were like, oh, this isn't going to work, is it?
Oh, it's like Shiloh. Sorry, there's this short story that you have to read if you're an English major in the South called Shiloh. And it's a really good short story, but it's about exactly that. It's about this couple that's been married for like 25 years, but he's a truck driver. And when he retires, they realize there's just nothing there anymore. They don't even know each other anymore. And it's a really sad story.
My parents, like my dad was in the Navy. He was gone all the fucking time. Mm-hmm. My brother and sister said when he was home, he was like a great dad. And I'm like, yeah, that was before I was born. I didn't catch any of that. So,
yeah,
but they were like, madly in love with each other and everything. And he just like fucked everything up. And my mom was still in love with him, and he had emotionally moved on or whatever. I don't know. I think he still held a lot of love for her, because he'd just pop out like every so often. How you doing? She's like, fine. Kids aren't starving right now because of me, kind of thing. Like, I'm fine. Yeah. Like, why are you here? But she was always nice to him,
Well, good for her.
But he got out of the Navy and he was home all the time, and she was like, nope, get the fuck out. Yep.
GTF.
I agree, Savage. Oh, goodness. Kat, I don't even want to hear it. I've been up since 2:30. Worked all day on a Friday. Fridays are rough. The good thing is I thought my payday was next Friday. And I got paid, and I was like, oh, I thought it was next Friday. I fucked up my payday.
Well, since you
get paid every other week.
Since you weren't expecting it and it's extra money, give me some.
Extra money? Baby, I got bills to pay. What you talking about? Ain't nothing extra here. Ain't nothing extra. Trust me.
Hey, y'all. I was about to tell you about how we got woken up by our carbon monoxide detector alarm going off this morning at 4. So please, for the love of all that is unholy, someone change the subject and talk about something interesting.
Okay. So,
you and I went off on a relationship thingy. We need to come back.
We need to come back. Wait a minute. Check it out. I got science to smell.
Hey.
Hi.
Hi, honey.
I didn't
I didn't know you'd still be like on right now. So
Hi, Mel.
Yeah, because Mel's
Hey,
Mel's
Mel,
coming
how
over
you
to
doing,
trivia in a
man?
little bit, but I told her we were on your stream still. So
Cool. Glad you could show up. How are you?
I'm okay. I'm up to my eyeballs in grading. I feel like grading is now an illness that I tell my friends. I'm sorry I can't come out. I'm grading right now. It's like
it's okay, Mel.
grading.
Tomorrow I'm doing medical myths, and I'm watching. Well, I'm looking at a video I'm gonna react to tomorrow because tomorrow's topic is oxygen toxicity and why you shouldn't just be intaking oxygen all the time. But I'm reviewing a video by a chiropractor talking about oxygen healing through hyperbaric oxygen therapy, and I'm about to punch myself in the face right now because this is incredibly bad. So,
Hyperbaric? Doesn't he know what happens in the chambers if there's any static electricity at all?
well, I'm going to talk about. I'm mostly going to approach it from the perspective that oxygen is a drug and that you can get problems from having too much oxygen. And this guy, like, he says oxygen healing and then, like, talks about the electron transport chain as if, like, saying scientific words makes his point more valid, which it doesn't. And I just, we're going to talk about it tomorrow, but my God, it's painful.
This is how I feel a lot of the time. I haven't done a stream in a very long time, and it's largely due to the holidays and other family things going on, and it's just the holidays are just a nightmare for me, and I feel like I kind of want to go on vacation away from the holidays.
Yeah,
I feel you.
do it.
Like,
feel
I just
you.
have one
Yeah.
request from these people peddling pseudoscience on the internet, and like this one simple thing would easily out them as not knowing what they're talking about. But I would love for them, instead of saying something really vague like heals or rejuvenates, or I would love them to give me a mechanism, like a mechanism that you can describe in its entire process and can give evidence for and make sense with the rest of science. Like, it's not hard to give me, like, if you have a drug and you want to tell me, you want to convince me that it does XYZ, you should be able to provide me with a mechanism of how it does XYZ. And these people can't do that. Like, I can do that. I can give you mechanisms of oxygen.
They don't
And
know
smells
any
like-
of that. My favorite
Exactly.
my favorite thing of the past week is when I saw Robert Reed post something and he was talking about Tom Brady. I love doing his Tom Brady tweets sometimes that throw in. And I'm not a football person. I'm not a sports ball person at all. I don't care about that. But I throw in stuff because I try to fit in because I'm weird. It's like I do that, and then somebody mentioned something about Kent Hovind and how smart he is. And so I posted a link to his thesis. He literally starts his thesis with "Hi" or "Hello, my name is Kent Hovind." And this is my favorite part of the entire thesis is that. And then he goes through and he starts comparing life to like cars and stuff. And I'm like, this is so weird. I'm like, he doesn't understand thermodynamics at all. And so that's been my favorite thing this week is trying to get people to explain to me how Kent Hovind is right about thermodynamics. And they can't do it.
Yeah.
They just get mad.
What does he say about thermodynamics?
The movie night, I think it was, that we did where you called Kent Hovind and had him throwing you over a barrel where he thought you were serious about getting, yeah.
That was so much fun. I've called Kent Hovind twice. He probably would still take my call. That's what's weird.
No, what does he say about thermodynamics? I'm dying to hear.
Well, he can't wrap his head around the fact that you can reduce entropy through organization, but it requires a cost of energy. Okay, just
Of
like
course it does.
yes.
Well-
So, I mean, I can knock down all of these Funko Pops, right? And it would require less energy to knock it down than it would to organize them back together, however I wanted to organize them. That requires more energy than just a fell sweep of just knocking them down. And that's kind of what makes living systems incredible is because we have coupled reactions. We have reactions that release heat, and some of that energy is put into other reactions to where you're building proteins, you're building DNA, you're going through the process of, healing. Healing is an entire process where your cells undergo mitosis. But there's a cost of energy, and coupled reactions meet that cost of energy. And he doesn't get that. He's like, well, cars will fall apart if they're not taken care of. I'm like, well, they don't heal by themselves. I really wish they would, because that would save me so much money.
Here's the kicker to it. When I ran my car shop, we had a 25th anniversary, and it took forever to find a pen maker who would do this, those giveaway pen things. And I finally found one that would put our actual logo on it and our motto that we wanted for the anniversary, which was, and we used the public understood definition of entropy. And the motto was little car shop fighting BMW entropy for 25 years.
Nice.
See, and something that, like, I'm going on the perspective in a couple weeks, and I hope I get an ivermectin caller. Like, please, can somebody call in saying that ivermectin will cure COVID? Because I'm ready. I'm ready for that discussion. No, Mel, I will know it's you if you call in about
No,
ivermectin.
I'll call in with a different accent or something. I'll totally be weird.
Well,
yes, I would like to talk about the
again,
ivermectin.
That one question can tear it all down, because people will say, like, ivermectin's an antiviral, and I will come at it with, by what mechanism? Because every other, like, if you think of any antibiotic, we have a mechanism. Like, if you tell me it's an antibiotic, we don't just say it's an antibiotic. It inhibits folate synthesis, or it inhibits ribosomes, or it inhibits cell wall synthesis. Like, there's a reason why it kills the thing that it kills.
Gram positive and gram negative. What are you talking about?
Like, there's more to it, and I can tell if you just say, well, it's antimicrobial. I know you have no fucking clue what you're talking about. Also, give me a concentration, because I have studies with the concentrations necessary to provide antiviral effects, and they exceed the concentration necessary to give you toxicity. So I'm ready for this talk.
I feel like this is a challenge I need to take on Dr.
Mel,
Dr. Ben.
No, I want someone who believes it. I want someone who believes. Because Mel, I know you will bring science. And
right, you want a genuine caller who's misinformed.
Caller that's misinformed, and not Mel
I don't
with
know
a
shit.
chemistry degree and a biology degree.
No, I totally feel like I need. See, this is where I've always thought that it would be so interesting to have somebody play the devil's advocate, and like, if you got a science person to go in and say, okay, let's pretend that everything that this person says is correct. I'm going to take my body of science knowledge and throw it at you just as an exercise, and I don't know, whatever. It's just be fun.
Also, the fun thing to consider with the people who. Because we get a lot of people calling into the office asking about the COVID vaccine. And interestingly enough, the people who question whether or not the COVID vaccine, specifically the mRNA vaccines, will modify your DNA, have no clue how viruses replicate, because viruses need to use your DNA and mRNA vaccines do not. So the virus can modify your DNA, the vaccine can't. So...
Well, yeah, it depends. Also,
depends on the virus.
The type of virus. They have to have certain proteins, and also reverse transcriptase plays a role in that. If that's why HIV is so particularly bad, because it can take its RNA, turn it into DNA, then it has the transport proteins to introduce it back into the nucleus. Not all viruses have that.
Not all viruses have it.
Not all viruses. That's hashtag right there.
Not all viruses, but viruses are known to have those mechanisms, and the vaccine cannot have that.
It's messenger RNA. It has a
It
very
cannot
short
have that mechanism.
half-life. It falls apart in the cytosol of your cell within about 12 to 24 hours.
I'm just glad that I have that technology in my arm, like right now.
Actually, Mel,
Is that time
I
factor?
got my
I would-
booster a couple days ago.
I'm gonna
Is
have
that
to go in
time
a
factor-
minute.
Is that time factor enough for it to deploy all the nanobots?
Yes, yeah. I'm 15G, guys. I've had 3 shots.
I'm gonna have to go in a minute because I gotta get ready for my stream.
Yeah, man.
But also, Mel, I have a study that's been given to me.
Is it a good one or a terrible one?
No, well, it's interesting because people are misinterpreting it, and
Okay.
it might be nice to have you on to talk with me about it. It's one that it talks about the virus specifically, but people are taking a hypothesis that was posited at the end of the study as a separate hypothesis, and they're taking that as a conclusion. Like they're saying,
so they took a question as
because basically they studied the spike protein and something like spike protein being able to penetrate the nucleus and other things, but they're specifically talking about people infected with COVID-19 virus.
Is it the Omicron one or is it the Delta?
No, it's I don't know, but it was the Swedish study. I'm sure you might have heard of that study going around.
Okay.
But they talk about the infection, and then in the like discussion, they say we should look into how this might like it would be worth studying, like spike protein produced like via mRNA vaccines, like as a separate hypothesis. Whereas people are saying, "Oh, this study says that the vaccine's gonna penetrate your DNA," and all, like no, it's a
These are people who
hypothesis.
just don't know how to read a scientific study, which is unfortunate.
Yeah.
What
like,
I
it
don't
needs more
understand is how does
study.
a spike protein penetrate a nucleus? Because that's
don't-
not how any of that works.
It's not. It doesn't. What happened was in the study, and there's a lot that needs to be evaluated with the methods that they use, because basically they did a study in vitro. And I have to look at the details again, but they had found.
Just send me the link and I'll read it.
Yeah, I'll send you the study because they found the spike protein, like the full spike protein, not the separated S1 S2. They found it in the nucleus, so we don't know how it got there.
Okay, so they found a spike protein in the nucleus. Did the patient have any other viral infections?
No,
at
it
the time?
was in vitro.
Oh, it was in vitro. Okay.
So there's a lot here that needs to be unpacked. Is what I'm saying.
There's lots of variables that are
lots of
involved
variables
in a
here.
test.
But I'll send it
tube.
to you. I'd love to maybe talk with you about that if you're willing to do a video on it. Maybe.
Yeah. After this weekend, I'll have more time because it's the end of the
Okay.
semester, and currently I'm in the emails of how can I change my grade, and I'm like, you need a time machine, honey, at this point. So
Cool.
and go back
Well,
and
I'm gonna
read everything.
We'll chat. I'm gonna go set up my next stream, but I'll see you all in a little bit, hopefully.
All right, buddy.
On YouTube.
For sure.
Bye,
Make sure I have a
everyone.
link.
Also, hugs
Everybody
to
wants me-
Lavender Lady.
everybody
I
wants me
haven't
in-
seen you in so long.
Everybody wants me in their.
Yeah, I've been kind of
Those-
hiding.
Nobody ever gives me a link.
Jenny, what?
Dialysis takes it out of you. I very often get home and fall right into bed and sleep for the next day and a half. And yeah, that keeps me out of circulation, which is not a good thing.
If I was closer to you, I would be like more functional and helping and stuff. But I'm like in the deep south and it sucks here.
It would be nice to have somebody reliable close to me. I mean, not to do anything for me, but we just sit around and have, well, not necessarily a beer, because beer is high in phosphorus, so they don't want me to have it. But whatever. I have a cup of, well, tea is fluid, and they don't want to. God, kidney failure is wonderful. Let me tell you. But
after this weekend, I have more time. If you want to schedule in some video face to face, let's hang.
that could be fun. It really could. Because
I've been up to here with work, but I'm getting better. So after, like I said, after this weekend, I'll have a bit more time. So shoot me a message or something, and we can have some face to face through here, like this medium.
The "I'm getting better" comment makes me think of Herbert Lom in the one Pink Panther movie. Where, have you seen the Pink Panther films?
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
You remember the one that opens with Dreyfus in the mental institution?
I think so.
And Clouseau comes to visit him, and everything goes wrong until Dreyfus is finally, tries to kill Clouseau. But all through this, he's every day in every way, I'm getting better and better in his Czech accent or whatever that is. Beautiful.
Oh my goodness. That kind of reminds me of Monty Python. She turned me into a lizard. I got
Yeah.
better.
A newt.
A newt. I got better.
I got better. There you go. I got better. So funny.
Oh goodness.
That was
there
such
it
a,
is.
I almost died just reading the damn credits at the end.
Well, the opening credits are nuts as well. When they're going on about my sister was bitten by a moose. No kidding. One of these deals.
Craziness.
Oh my goodness.
All right. Here is the link to Ben's stream that's going to start here in a couple minutes. So everybody run on over there. We're going to wrap this one up. I'm going to go take a bio break, and then I'll meet you guys over there. Yeah, that too. Absolutely.
Now, do I have to strip my makeup off? Or?
Just like Diana said, everybody come over there. No, it's your choice, Jenny. You're beautiful to us either way. We don't care.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody that came by in the chat, thank you so much for hanging out over here for a couple hours. We're going to carry on over to Ben's and keep this going, and we're going to go for a few hours. We're going to do some trivia, and we're going to have some brilliant people over there like Mel, which I don't think I'm going to participate because can't even touch you guys.
Brilliant. I just pretend to be on the internet.
Okay, shut up. Anyways,
You're brilliant, Mel.
I don't.
We have a
Press
we have a
Instagram.
big nasty storm rolling in, so I may not be available because the wind just blew hard enough to shake the window panes in my windows, and I'm a little freaked out.
Yeah, we're getting the north side of that tower or that storm, Julie. We're getting a foot of snow.
So, like I was saying, thank you everybody in the chat. If you guys cannot donate, that link is pinned up there for the Ko-fi coffee, where the fuck you want to call it. Share it out if you can't donate. That's fine.
Here, before y'all go,
a lot of people like me are no interrupting. That's not cool. A lot of people like me are broke and don't have any money to give, and that's totally cool. But share it out, and maybe somebody out there that has some cash that they can donate will help out. So we got a long way to go. So like
somebody
another
give Bill Gates
10,000.
a call.
So what's that?
Somebody give Bill Gates a call.
Yeah,
I
could
don't
you?
have
That'd
him
be
on
great.
speed dial? I need to get his number, I guess. If Kent Hovind will still take my calls, maybe Bill Gates will take a call from me. I don't know.
Before y'all go, I want to show you my latest creation.
Go ahead.
The ultimate trans woman earring.
Fuck yeah!
Dial there.
That is fucking great. Maybe you know what? I could get one of my vials and make it into a keychain.
Oh my goodness.
My testosterone vials. Anyways, everybody up here on the panel, thanks so much for stopping by. I love everybody and I appreciate all you guys. And every time something like this happens, and you guys all step up and you show all that love and support and you shill shit out and you donate what you can or whatever, it does not go unnoticed, and we all notice and we all appreciate you guys, and I love all you guys. So see you guys over there at Ben's. Take care of yourselves, take care of one another, and have some peace in your life. and then I move my mouse around and I can't find the end broadcast button.
Love y'all.